first we're gonna head back this way, look at one large apartment complex. Then we're gonna come back up this road. I'm gonna show you like all of the highlights of the market and like why I think it's a good market. And then after that, we're gonna come back here. We're gonna get out. We're gonna walk the whole grounds and everything like that. And then we're gonna head to the next property. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get it going. So right now I'm taking you to a comp, right? Our first comp, which is.
So are the comps in the area?
Huh? What are the comps?
Yeah. How much?
Yeah, so like the comps, they're around like $300 per unit ish.
Really?
More than what the subject is in similar condition. So that was really encouraging. So with this property, you know, we have like a mom and pop owner here, and basically the whole thing was they wasn't really pushing rents. And the reason why is because their business plan was just to hold it long term or indefinitely. So when you have that type of business plan, you don't really want to have as much turnover, you know, as possible. So keeping the rents low actually would help mitigate that, but it lowers the value of the property, right? But like for us coming in as syndicators or syndicating the deal, it's an immediate opportunity for us to like grow rents. I just want to show you something real quick. So you see this Keller Williams right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is actually where I first started like my real estate journey in 2016. So I used to intern there. I used to drive up there from Tuscaloosa, which is like 45 minutes away.
Awesome.
Like twice a week and like intern at that Keller Williams right there. And then now we buying a 40
right down
unit,
the street.
Yeah, right down the street. So it's just awesome, bro. Like, you know, when you think about it, you know, it's like a full circle. Like, you work hard with stuff, and you know, and you can look back on stuff like that. But we about to head to this apartment complex right here up the street. I can't remember what the name is. I think it's Gardendale Manor, something like that. This is like a larger apartment complex, but it's one of our comps because it's on the same street.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting like $300, $400 rents. It's larger. But our goal is to always like not outpace this one, but be like more of like an affordable solution. So our rents are always going to be maybe like $50 to $75 less than this one because it is smaller and has less amenities at Donberry. But this is like a solid comp for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, I mean, this area we in, bro, is like a B-class area. So I mean, it's really nice, and this is like I think it's like a 300 plus unit apartment complex. So I mean, who knows? We maybe end up purchasing this
Trying to get this one.
Yeah, and just buy out the whole block. So, but yeah, I mean, you can see like a little bit of deferred maintenance. If you look at the roofs and everything, it's like 3-tab shingles, you know, so some missing shingles there. It's larger, but I mean, they have like a little
volleyball, yeah.
But I mean, it don't even look like it's in use, right? So, I mean, it ain't got no sand or anything.
No, it doesn't.
Like good police presence.
Yeah. He just sitting there, so it's like a good police presence for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then this right here, like they just repaved this whole road. So this apartment complex, it just goes all the way back. So yeah, I mean that's things you look for like with your comps, like you know, the owner's taking good care of the property, you know, doing a lot of improvements, you know, people walking dogs, you know, all of this is new.
Playground,
Yeah, so this is a larger complex. So our goal is not to outpace them in rents, but
it's an alternative.
We on the same street as this property, so we still have a huge rent disparity of like $300 something. So it's like we could go ahead and increase our rents, get our returns, and still be a lot more affordable in this complex, maybe by, you know, anywhere from $50 to like $150, like depending on the floor plan, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So you can bump at 100 and still the people in that apartment complex will still be winning basically because, you know, the comps in the area is lower than right down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think this owner, I think they out of Atlanta, so this is an out-of-state owner, from what I remember.
Have you contacted this owner? I'm just curious.
I've been thinking about it. You
might as well.
Yeah. After, you know, I may just send out like a mailer or something like that. And after we close Donberry, like in a couple weeks, I may actually just physically come up here and just be like, hey, see, because it's all about how you approach people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me coming as just a regular person is different from me saying, hey, we just bought the apartment complex down the street.
Right.
You know, we interested in purchasing this.
They got a pool here too, actually. I didn't see that. The pool over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw the chairs. Yeah, I saw the chairs.
Yeah, you just pointed something out to me. Yeah,
So
so
yeah, definitely
nice
put a
leasing
bid in
offers.
on this one. I mean, get some relationships going with the owner, I should say.
Mhm.
It might not happen soon, but it probably will happen. Just break bread with them and down the road.
You're right. You're right. You hit the nail on the head with that. So this is our first comp. So then now we're about to go to like the second comp then.
All right.
So this is the high school, which is top 5 high school in the county, and it's near like where the property is. So on the same street as where the property is that we're buying. So that's what we really like to look for, in an area where we're purchasing property. Like what's surrounding it, right? So you have like nice retail, like Chick-fil-A's, Panera Bread, like Starbucks, Publix. Then you have like nice school systems. There's an orthodontics office to the right. So all of these is things that's indicative of like a solid location. And then also like this particular market, the average household income here is $75K, where the national household income is like around 67. So if you look to your left, and I'll pull in real quick, this is the UAB medical facility right here, and it's a primary and specialty care facility. And actually in Birmingham, UAB is the top employer, is the #1 employer. So that's something you look for too, like jobs, right? You want to make sure wherever you're purchasing property, they have like good jobs there too. So I mean, this is really encouraging for us as well. Just seeing that they have a helipad too. It's pretty cool.
Oh wow, nice. What's the current occupancy at the 40 unit?
It's 100% occupied right
so
now.
that's awesome.
Actually, we're gonna go left. So I want to show you some new build properties too. So this isn't really like a direct comp, but it is encouraging to see kind of like where rents are here. So some people can't afford new builds, some people can't. So with us having like a older property, we won't be a direct competitor with this property, but it is good to see like where they're at as far as rents. And they are way ahead of where we even plan on being in 5 years. But yeah, like really nice property. This one was built in like 2021. Yeah, so I mean, that's things you like to see too. Like, are people actually putting money back into the area where you're purchasing your property?
That's true.
That's important. If there's no new build or anything like that, like, maybe that's a sign that the area may be dying, right? But if you're seeing like people actually developing in the area, that's pretty encouraging for you.
And they want to live in this area. It's a thriving area at the end of the day.
Exactly. And the thing is with new build, like not everyone can afford to live in these, so they, it's always going to be a demand for like B and C class apartments, So not really a direct competitor, but it's encouraging to see like, some newer build. And this is a nice complex, man.
It is. I mean, it's like 400 units or something. It's pretty
big, right?
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah.
Newer build.
That'd be your next step to develop something, correct? I'm sure.
Well, potentially in the future.
Yeah, in the future.
Potentially in the future, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have like detached garages, so really solid.
Yeah, it is.
Go this way. Yeah, you could probably catch the sign right here if you can.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, also you're looking at retail, like when you're trying to purchase an apartment complex, right? So you want an area that's having like places like Starbucks. There's a Chick-fil-A up the road coming up this way. You have Publix, Hobby Lobby, another dental office right there. So I mean, I think this little place is called Gardendale Square, this little shopping center they have here, but I mean, this is all encouraging, like when you're seeing like retail like this in the area. So we're gonna maybe just pull in. I mean, this is pretty cool right here to the left. Starbucks, Publix, all of this stuff.
So Publix is a grocery store.
Yeah, Publix is a grocery store. So I think it's comparable to like Whole Foods.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. Yeah.
Kroger, stuff like that. There we go.
Yeah, shopping and.
So all things you need to look at, like.
Yeah, cause it's only about 5 to 10 minute drive from the asset. I think it's about 5 minute drive, man. Yeah, about 5 minute drive. So
all within the same area. So just ease of access, basically. So that's one thing, a lot of people talk about, when you're looking at primary and secondary and tertiary markets too. Like, what's the commute to get to like retail? Like, how long is it going to take people to actually be able to go get groceries and all that kind of stuff? So that's something people love as well, convenience. So if you have a apartment complex that's maybe like a couple minutes away from where they can go to shop, they can go to the bank, they can go to the dentist, all of these things. I mean, that's an amenity in itself, like location. That's the biggest amenity, your location of your apartment complex. You can have a large, like brand new apartment complex, but you put that thing in like this, like where there's nothing around it, or in a rougher area, and you're not going to be able to get, the type of people you want inside your apartment. You may have an older apartment complex that's downtown in a nice like metro area that's close to everything, and even though it's older, it may be like 20 or 30 years older than the new build property, you probably can get more rents there. And it may not even have as much amenities, but like the largest amenity is really like location.
Location.
Yep. Yeah, you got it. So we gonna go up this road right here too. So like more retail.
Yeah, Verizon. Take care of your cell phone bill.
Mm-hmm. Look like they building something there.
Yeah.
A car wash, it says. It's a new car wash they building. What else we got?
Yeah, it seems like I said, they pouring money back into the area, and and like I say, people seem like wanting to be here at the end of the day. So it's not like I say, a dying area. It's thriving for sure. Mm-hmm. And the city putting money back in the community, trying to grow it for sure.
Yep. So we got that's just a sign saying where everything is. So the high school to the right is also a middle school to the right of the road we came from, elementary school, as well as a library. So they have everything there. And Taziki's is another hospital here, like Brookwood Baptist. I think it's like a little small like emergency care hospital. And then this is actually like up here. This is actually the bank I bank with. It's called Avadian Credit Union. The orange building to your right. I bank with there. So I mean, that's really convenient too. Like being in the area, I can go to the bank if I need to cash any checks or anything like that. So that's the bank. They also have like Chick-fil-A. So that's a huge thing. Like Chick-fil-A. Like if you can find a place that have like a Chick-fil-A,
right? You golden.
Yeah, you good. You good to go.
I eat there almost every day.
Yeah, that's my jam. So let me see. Okay, so what we gonna do?
Car shops.
We're gonna check out another comp now. And this one is a little bit newer as far as age.
And the area is actually pretty diverse, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Got a little bit of everything here. So this is Garndale. Another property here. And you see this one, I think this one was built in the 80s or the 90s. Okay. So this one is like another competitor we have, it's a little bit newer property. So our goal is to be around the same amount of rent as this property or a little bit less.
So what's the delta in comp to the asset you purchasing?
Well, here's the thing. Our subject rents on our property is way below market because the fact that the current owners were more buy and hold. They weren't really pushing rents. But where our market rent is going to be, like the delta is going to be around like $50 less per unit.
Okay.
Yeah. So nothing too crazy. But the thing is, this apartment complex is sub-metered for water, meaning the tenant pays the water and the sewer. Actually, we're gonna be like $50 less, around $50 less, but our water is included. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a perk right there, then.
Yep. Let's see, and then we probably got like.
Does the asset currently have any like a wait list at all? I'm just curious. I mean, it's like I said, 100% occupied and it below market rent, so that's why people are actually there. Yeah.
Well, it's some renewals going on right now.
Okay.
Like, the guys like pushing rents like $20-$30. I mean, not really substantial.
Nothing crazy, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, this is a B-class area, right? Mm-hmm. We own property in like a rougher area. And we're actually outpacing the rents of this property, so it's just obvious that there's room to grow there. You know? Like if you're in a less desirable neighborhood with a lower average household income, and you outpacing a property like this, that's what you look for as an investor, right? You look for where can I add value to the property, And it's just, you know, it's great when you can not do much to the property itself and it's already fully occupied. You can get new debt, but you can still push rents and the market would support it. This is like another property, you know, the ease of access on this one, you know, is a little bit tough, you know, because it's like right behind like a shopping center, so it's not as easy to get to. But this one is kind of like comparable as well.
Yeah.
Right here.
Well, he has some good comps. These last two are good comparable comps for sure.
Yeah.
Because ain't like they both have no extended amenities or nothing, so these are two good comps you have.
Yeah, and then this one is a little bit smaller, a little bit tougher to get in and out of. And they're all 1 bedroom, 1 bath. So that's one thing that, you know, we would have like over this particular complex is just the fact that, you know, we have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom floor plans.
I don't think you have a problem keeping the new asset you better get full. I don't think you'll have a problem at all.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, here's the thing. Where this property sits, the county where this property sits, well, the MSA, the Metropolitan Statistical Area, the population here is actually the highest, the largest population in the state of Alabama at like 1.2, 1.3 million. So I bring that up to say, like, you know, all of those people that live here need jobs, right? So it's just like, you know, our job market is pretty solid here, and the population is the largest. So you always gonna have demand for rental units here. You always gonna have a demand. You know, in about 6 years of being in this market, you know, I've never really had an issue like with units just being on market for like an extended amount of time, because people always are looking for apartments here.
Right.
Okay, so I'm trying to see where I want to take you now. So we looked at all of those properties. So right now, we're heading back to the actual subject property that we're buying, Domir Apartments, and we're about to pull into it right here now. So we're just passing the high school, you know, this dentist office right here, eye care center, and then we turning in right now to the left to the actual apartment complex. So we're just gonna do a lap around it. So this is a 40-unit apartment complex that we're buying. It's 3 buildings. This first building in the front is 12 units, and then it's 2 14-unit buildings in the back here. Some things that we're gonna do on the property, you know, we're gonna clean up the landscaping, you know, maybe fill in some of these minor holes that's in the parking lot. This mansard roof, we're gonna replace it. So we're gonna start with the first building, and then within the first 12 to 24 months, we may need to do these 2 back ones, because when we got the contractors out, they said these still had a little bit of life on it. So it just depends. We may just do it all at once, or we may wait a little bit on these ones, but we have the budget to replace all of them if needed up front. This is like the little laundry facility right here, like this little portion right here. So the thing with this property is some of the units in that front building actually have washer dry hookups, and then actually the remaining of the unit mix doesn't. So this laundry facility would service like basically anyone that doesn't have like washer and dryer in unit. And the cool thing about it is the washer and dryer units, they're actually outsourced to a third-party company. I think it's called CQP or something like that. But basically, they take care of the maintenance and repairs of the washers and dryers. So, and it's like a profit sharing system. So we may get a percentage of the overall revenue, but we don't have to worry about maintenance. We don't have to worry about replacing them. We don't have to worry about collecting the money. They do all of it. So it's like outsourced, and we're going to continue using them because it's a pretty decent vendor. But yeah, these 2 back buildings was built in like 1978. The front one was built in 70. So these ones are a little bit newer. And you can see like the structure is a little bit different. Like they have, this is like the vinyl panel, like wood panel siding right here. And then this one is just like all brick on this one right here. But yeah, and also we're gonna be doing some work to these stairs, so we budgeted to go ahead and either repair or replace the stairs. We budgeted just to replace it if needed. But you can see, bro, like it's a very clean property. It's 100% occupied. We get an agency debt day 1 on it. Good collections. So I mean, you know, it's great when you can pick up an asset like this. Thanks guys for tuning in.
So now we're about to get out and look at the outside of the property. So check out part 2 of this video, and we'll be walking the exterior of the property on the ground. If you guys like this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone that you think would be interested in learning more about real estate. Once again, this is Eddie Simonet, and I'll catch you guys the next time. Bye.